Hey, what's going on, guys? So I'm coming to you today down here in the shop and set up the workbench. And a little while back, I did a review on this Kaiweets HT208A. This has been a great meter. I love the amp ability on it to be able to check current draw. Used it on an HVAC job, found out the compressor was locked up. This told me how much it was pulling. Worked out really good. It has a temperature probe on it. I'll link to that video up here in the card section, and you can go and take a look at that. But what I want to bring to you today is something that Kaiweets has sent us, and that is the Smart Digital Multimeter. I opened this thing up and played around with it a little bit, and I gotta say, I'm pretty freaking impressed. It's pretty interesting. It comes with a nice user's manual. It kind of goes through the details and the specs and everything as far as how the resistance measurements and temperature and setting it up and everything that I highly recommend you look through this to just get familiarized with the meter. I know a lot of us have used meters before, but this is kind of an interesting little tool here. First, I'm going to take it out of the case here and I'm going to show it to you. And this is what you get, guys. This thing looks like a cell phone. I've got my S21 here, and you can see in the hard case that it's in, they're about the same size. It's a cell phone, basically. Now, the thing of it being with this is it has the NVC capabilities to be able to hold it to an electrical wire or something, and it beeps and lets you know that there's current on it. I like that feature. That's something that is in some of the other meters. But the fact that it's introduced into this little handheld meter here is even better. Now, we can take this rubber cover off of it here. And then in the back, you're going to see that there's a Phillips screw right here. You take that out, and you put 3 AA batteries in it. Actually, they're AAA, and they send you AAA batteries with the unit when you purchase it. So you don't have to buy a battery separate. Basically, when you take this thing out of the box, you are ready to go. I'm going to stick it back into the case here and show you some of the connection ports. It's got a little flashlight deal on the side here. You can turn that on. I don't have the meter turned on, but let me power it up here. And basically, you just hold the power button until it lights up. It's going to light up on the front side, and it's going to let you know that the meter is on. Now, we'll hit the little flashlight button here. And it's not a super bright flashlight per se, but in a small confined space, I think it would work out. But, you know, let's face it, we're not going to use a flashlight on a meter. I'm going to have a headlamp on, or, you know, some kind of work light or something to that extent that I'm going to be using. Down here at the bottom, you've got 4 different selections. Most commonly, you're going to be using the common and the live over here. This is what's going to do your ohm readings, your voltage readings, all of that. Comes with a good set of little cables here. I did notice that these cables were just a little bit stiffer than the ones that came with this meter. I don't know if it's just because they're cold or what the deal is there, but they simply plug into the bottom of the meter just like a standard set would do. You've got really fine tips on the end here. Now, these have the removable covers on them, and you can take it off and it exposes the entire stem of it, or you can keep these on for really intricate fine work where you're going to be just in close quarters and just touching together like that. It has in here, I'll go ahead and pull this up. Now we're going to select the function, and right now we're in DC volts. We're going to go up. This is our ohm sector, and then we've got the nice little tone deal. Where basically you can check continuity on something. And I don't know if you can hear that on the camera. I'll get it up here a little closer. But you've got that tone. It's got that audible beep, so you can check continuity on a wire. You know, I got this little handsaw here. We could, you know, say for instance, if this was the end of our wire and we were testing over here at this end, and we could touch the two, gives us that tone, lets us know we got continuity. You can do that in a wiring harness. You can do it in a circuit. You can do it with a fuse, however you really want to do it. Next thing that this thing actually has that I find relatively interesting is they send you a K-style thermocouple. This will read temperature. I don't know exactly what the temperature is down here in the shop. It's not very, very warm because I have not cranked the heat up today. I came down here and set up just to shoot these videos for you. So I'm going to unplug these right quick. And I'm going to plug these in. Now remember, your common is always your black when you plug these in. And then we'll plug this into the line. Says it right there. Now automatically right off the bat, because we're in the function for ohm reading and continuity, this thing's connected on the end, so it gives us the continuity right off the bat. Now I'm going to use the function button to send us right over here to the centigrade and Fahrenheit location. And you can see there, right now it's reading 57 degrees Fahrenheit and 14 degrees centigrade. And that's about the temperature down here in the shop right now. But I'm going to take and grab a hold of this thing and hold on to it with my fingers. And you'll see the temperature start to rise some. And let go of it. And once it's exposed to the air temperature and it cools down, it's going to drop down again. This is a good little feature. You can test temperatures at an outlet vent. You can check it on an exhaust fan in like a PC unit to see how much heat it's moving. Take a reading at the intake, take a reading at the exhaust, and see how much of heat transfer is taking place. Those are good functions on it. This meter also has the ability to check diodes. We'll pop through the manual real quick and just give you the overview. Like I said, it's got the 4 terminals at the bottom to do different functions. It's ready to use right out of the box. There's no calibration. All you have to do is have a small Phillips head screwdriver, take the screw out of it, and you can put the batteries that they supply you in it. It has a manual mode where you can go into it and set your own ranges and select a minimum, maximum, and do recalls for that. It'll do capacitance measurements. Show you that in the book here. Tells you how to do it. Tells you how to get into that setting, what you're doing. Frequency duty, AC, DC currents. It does temperature. So like I said, guys, it's got the non-contact AC voltage detection in it. That is this NCV up here at the top. You change the settings over. Let's get over to it here. Now we're at NCV live. We're going to select that and it goes to live, but we're going to go back to the NCV and then I'm going to stick it over here to this outlet. And I don't know if you can hear it or not, but as soon as I start getting it close there, it starts beeping to let me know that that is live over there. And there you go. I think that's a neat feature, especially if you're doing electrical, which is primarily what this is going to be doing. Had some sawdust in my beard there. Guys, this is the KM601. It's a killer little handheld meter. Comes in this nice little case. It's a semi-hard sided case. You can put you can put your probes in it. You can put your temperature probe in there, close everything up, carry this with you wherever you want to. Like I said, this thing is basically the size of a cell phone. You could stick it in your pocket if you wanted to, carry it around. It pretty much however you want to do it. It seems to do pretty well on the 3 AAA batteries. I keep saying AA, but there are 3 AAA batteries in this. So far it's held up battery wise. I haven't had to replace the batteries in it the whole time I've been playing around with it. And it seems to do pretty good. You know, I've noticed that I get some fingerprints and scratches and stuff on the screen here. Probably would be a good idea to get just a generic screen protector to put on it. That wouldn't be a bad idea because I don't think it's got any kind of protective film on it when it comes from Kaiweets. But Kaiweets was nice enough to send this thing out for us to review. And guys, I got to tell you, this is a killer all-around, all-in-one, do everything you need to do meter for any of you do-it-yourselfers that are working around the house, just learning how to use a meter. This will do it. Plus, it gives you that temperature function. That is a whole separate tool in itself. And then turn around and you've got the NCV with the live voltage detection ability. That's a whole separate tool. You know, before these types of things came out, I was buying a temperature sensor with a reader. Got Separate thing to do the NCV, to be able to test for voltages. I had a little pen that I done it with. Now I can do everything right off of this 1 meter. So guys, listen, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Be sure, drop comments or questions down below. Check out the link down in the description that takes you over to the Kaiweets page where you can actually purchase this meter. As always, stick with us. We're going to be coming to you with more videos, and don't forget to subscribe.